Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how I created my very first cut crease makeup. If you're interested in the details, please keep watching. Changes to come, 'cause the light's just around the corner. Life must go on. Alright, so I'm starting off with my brows already done and my lids are already primed, so I'm just setting the primer in place using a loose powder. Now for the rest of the makeup, what I'm going to do is use two shades of blue. So I'm starting off with a light blue shade, and I think I'm using two palettes. Was it two palettes or was it just one palette? I'm not even sure, but I'll put the items in the description box down below. So I'm starting off with a light blue shade and I'm blending that from the inner corner of my eyelids and I'm blending that out towards the center. I'm not doing it all the way to the end because I'm going to be using a darker blue, and that would be my crease, not eyelids. So that would be in my crease. Now for the darker blue, I'm doing that from the outer end, blending it towards the middle, and for the middle section where the two different shades meet, that's where I'm focusing on blending to ensure that, you know, both colors transition smoothly into each other. Now I'm not bringing this down because I'll be doing a cut crease. So I'm going to be using this Instant Age Rewind Eraser. It's a multi-use concealer. So I'm going to be using this to cut the crease. I'm adding a small amount onto, you know, this little brush here. And I'm going to begin by cutting my crease. And if you notice what I did, I added some of the concealer to the lower section of my lids. Then once I look upwards, the lid is actually going to go upwards and touch onto the crease. Wherever it touches, that's where you want to cut your crease, because you don't want to cut your crease and after you're finished and you know you look up and then you're going to have makeup touching the other section where the crease is not high up enough, so it's going to like transfer makeup from your lids onto your crease. I don't know if that makes any sense, but bottom line is you want to ensure that you bring the crease high enough so that when you blink or if you look up, then your makeup will not touch other sections on top of your eyelids that you really don't want the makeup to be or that shade to be. Alright, so I'm just using the concealer and I'm carefully making the crease where I want it. When you're doing this step, I mean, there's no rush in doing it. If you rush to do it, then it's not going to come out as neat as you would have wanted it. So you have to ensure that you pay keen attention when cutting the crease for precise you know, cuts and shapes that you are looking for. I'm just doing a regular cut crease. I'm not trying to be, you know, artistic or anything. I'm just doing a normal cut crease, and like I said, this is my first time doing a cut crease, so I am not trying to be over dramatic. I'm just taking it one step at a time. All right, so you want to ensure that you don't use too much concealer, because if you do use too much, it's going to take some amount of blending to get that out, and you don't want to have a lot of creasing onto your lids. So by using minimal amount of concealer, you're able to blend it out easily. Now I'm using this white powder that comes in the palette I'm using, and I'm doing this all over the areas that I had the concealer. This is going to set the concealer in place, and it's also going to prepare the lid like it's like a clean canvas to start painting or start applying the rest of the colors that I'll be using to complete this look. It also helps to prevent the creasing from occurring by doing that, so it actually sets everything in place. And I was actually laughing at myself because at first I thought this was like, you know, pretty crazy. It was a bit ghost like. I wasn't too sure of the look. I didn't like the way how everything kind of looked white and ghost-like, but you know what, I trusted my gut and I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna move with the flow and let's see where this takes us. Alright, so I'm using a purple shade onto the outer corner of my eyes, and if you notice, I'm doing it in a slant direction, a diagonal direction. So that's where I'm applying the purple, and I'm just building up the color to the shade that I am interested in. And once I get that there, then I'm going to be adding a pink shade right next to the purple. So I'm blending from the outer corner of my eyes, and I'm going, you know, somewhat towards the center, but I'm not going too far in because, like I said, I'm going to be using another shade on top of that. So I'll be using the pink right next to the purple, and I'm blending that outwards towards the center of my eyes. I'm not going to add any color to the inner corner of my eyes. I would like for that part to remain white. Now for the lash line, I'm going to be lining it using this liquid liner. And I'm not making any wing or anything like that. I'm just making a normal line. I think that the makeup is not 100% completed until you actually have some form of liner, especially since this is, you know, somewhat of a dramatic look, and I will be using lashes with this look as well. So I think it is ideal to line the lash line as well, so that when the lashes are added, the band of the lash will actually be concealed, and I think it actually gives the look a little bit of, you know, oomph. Alright, so I'm going to clean up the corners of the eyes so that the color does not spread out all over my face and look too dramatic. And also this is going to prepare the rest of, you know, prepare my skin for the rest of my makeup, which I won't be showing on camera. I'll be doing that off camera, and I'll show you guys the final look once it's done. So I'm just cleaning up all the other areas that I did not want the makeup to be. So wherever I have fallouts, I'm just cleaning that up, and this is what it looks like once I've cleaned everything up. I think it looks pretty good so far. I'm still not seeing it completely as yet. The look hasn't come together for me just yet. Now I decided to use a white pencil in my waterline. I actually got a little of it onto my lashes, but that was easy for me to clean up and get it from the areas that I didn't want it to be. But I really wasn't feeling this look. I was just trusting my guts, and I'm like, you know what? I've already come this far. I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to continue, you know, just keep going and see what happens. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, then, you know, I'll just have to start all over again, but on another day, not today. But, you know, after adding the lashes, I think the look starts to come together. So I'm using these lashes from Kiss, and I'm using the black duo glue. So I'm adding some of that to my own lash line as well as the lash strips. And then I'm going to be applying that using the Kiss lash applicator. So I'm placing the lashes onto the middle of my own lash line, and I'm positioning the end part of the lash first, and then I'll position the inner corner, the inner part of the lash towards the inner corner of my eyes. Alright, so after applying the lashes, it wasn't looking too bad. I can actually start to see where this makeup look was going. I kind of like the direction it was going now. And as you guys can see, I have moved on to applying the rest of my face makeup. So now I'm just adding some mascara to my lower lash line. And you guys, you can already see how much difference the mascara makes, because the white on the eye, the white on the eye, what's that called, on the waterline, it makes the eye like opens up and pops, and then the mascara just brings out the lashes. So it's really starting to come together, and I was really loving the way that my makeup was looking at this point. And I'm just finishing up my eye makeup look by adding some highlights to the inner part of my eyes. That's just going to brighten up the inner corner of my eyes and, you know, give it some much needed light. And I'm just going to highlight my brow bone as well. And I'm sure you guys can see how well this looks once everything has been applied. You guys, take a look at the eye makeup. It's now looking so good. I'm actually proud of myself for attempting a cut crease for the very first time. And this is the final look. I'm in love with this makeup look. I mean, it's not for everybody and it's not for everyday wear as well, but I was loving this makeup look. Let me know what you guys think of this makeup look. Please comment down below so I can know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe to my channel. And I thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.